Hi there, my name is Patrick Oluwadamilare Claudius, and in this in this presentation, I'll be discussing on Lafarge Africa PSA, which is a member of the Lafarge Awesome Group. I'll be looking at their business strategy, the role of HR, and several other um, stages and processes that is involved in the organization and business goal. So my first slide here talks about reviews Lafarge Africa PLC. Um, Even though Lafarge Africa PLC is part of the Lafarge Group, Lafarge Awesome Group, but for the purpose of this presentation, I'll be moving in and out of Lafarge Africa. So there'll be a part where I'll be focusing on Lafarge Africa, and there'll be a part where I'll be talking about the Lafarge um, Awesome as a whole. And so sit back, relax as I take you through this journey. In my next slide, I have description and structure of the organization. Lafarge profile. Lafarge Africa PS is one of the leading cement factory in Africa and is a member of the Lafarge Awesome Group. In view of the capacity and sales volume of Lafarge in the Nigerian market, it is right to say that the company holds the second position in terms of production capacity. Also, in terms of the types of products that the company produce, Lafarge also Lafarge Africa serves the Nigerian market with different products type, which is equally the same in the Lafarge also operation in other markets across the globe. So for example, the Lafarge the Lafarge Africa branch has a product that is called Classic. Another one is called Super Set, Super Fix, Ready Mix, Concrete, Aggregate, Ashaka, Elephant, and Powermax. All of these cements and types, they are suitable for handling various construction work. So for example, if a company is constructing road, the type of cement that will be used may not be classic. It will be concrete. So if a company is if it's for construction work or for bridges, stadium, and all of that, they will need different types of cement to handle it. So that's why the company specialize in those areas. And the purpose is to ensure that consumers are not paying too much for what they really don't need. Another aspect that I would like to also talk about is this in terms of plant and production capacity. Lafarge has been able to spread tentacles across the world with production plants in North America, North and Latin America, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and China. Even though the China market has been regarded to be a little bit back in terms of production in recent time, but the rest of the market, Latin America, Middle East, and Africa, they have been able to maintain steady growth, and they've contributed immensely in recent time to the success of the Lafarge Awesome Group. Here we have the organizational chart, and this particular chart is actually zeroing in on the structure of the Lafarge Awesome, Lafarge Africa branch, which is a part of the Lafarge Awesome Group. So at the top of the chart is the CEO Khalid El Dokani. Usually, this CEO comes from the headquarter in France, and the period, the service or the tenure is usually 4 years, in which such CEO will be recalled back to the head office or perhaps gain employment in another cement company. I'll be talking more about this CEO role. It's a very interesting one, and I'll be talking more about it as we move forward. Also, we have Lola Alade Akinyemi, who is the CFO. We have a female also, Folashade Ambrose Medebem, who is the Communication, Public Affairs, and Sustainable Development. We have several other executives um, on top here. The next slide also talks about the organizational chart where we have all of the various departments that makes up the company. So we have the nominative level or the general management level where we have group approval rules, the code of business conduct, legal compliance, internal audit, and all of it. So we have the relationship, the finance strategy, IT, trading, innovation, growth, and performance and cost. So we have all of those departments. You also have sub-department, other them other headed by different categories of leaders. In the next slide, I have organizational operations. Now, the organizational operations in Lafarge um, is a unique one. So Lafarge carries out his business operations in a way that allows the business to concentrate on its core objective. Now, this is done in such a way that Lafarge outsources several aspects of his operations to other organizations so that it can focus on the main objective, which is to manufacture and sell cement. So, for example, part of Lafarge's chow is access to external organizations, especially the aspect of sourcing for candidates is usually not handled by Lafarge, it's handled by external organization, depending on the role that is being sourced for. So, also the entire logistic department of Lafarge is outsourced to um, external organization as well. Logistics in terms of um, movement of cement from the factory to customers end. The transportation is actually handled by another company. In terms of conveying staff from the office down to a pickup point is usually handled by another logistic company. And then customer service as well. The staffs that make up the customer service department, like 90% of the staff in the customer service department, they are recruited by external organization. The security operatives in Lafarge, they are recruited by, they are sourced to external organization. So all of these, as well as the maintenance department as well. Now the idea behind this unique strategy is to keep cost um, at the barest minimum. Lafarge used this strategy in such a way that those staffs that works with those external organizations are not entitled to any form of benefit. They cannot claim and they can be fired at any time. And so it makes Lafarge is able to sort of minimize cost in this area. So in each of these departments, however, each of these departments are headed um, by two, three head of department, depending on the structure that is in place in that area. And each of these department leaders are direct Lafarge staff. So who are saddled with responsibility to oversee the staff, the outsourced staff in that department. And over the years, Lafarge has been able to minimize cost, overhead cost, and still maintain operational excellence even with this strategy. How work is done. Lafarge always ensure to maintain enough workforce assigned to every task. This is one of the unique thing about Lafarge. Every task is usually manned with multiple multiple employees, so as to ensure that no one is overworked or no one breaks down. The breakdown of any employee does not affect workflow. Each department is further broken down into smaller teams to focus on a specific task, while each team is headed by a team lead who is empowered to make decisions as deemed fit by the sub manager who directly report to the department. And so Lafarge, even though it is a big organization, but the decision making is brought down to team level, to almost you know the level where everybody feels responsible, everybody feels empowered to contribute their quotas to the growth of the business. So this is how work is basically done in the Lafarge. For example, onboarding process in Lafarge, whenever I learned from a reliable source that onboarding process in Lafarge, when a new staff is coming into a team, All of the team members would share the responsibility to onboard that new staff. So they all share the task they carry out in that team, and everyone handles the training of the new staff one by one based on the work schedule to train to bring the new staff on board and then train on how work is done in that environment. So, which is one of the ways to reinforce their knowledge and to ensure that. So they basically the HR use this to sort of run a balance check on their knowledge to see if they truly understand what they are doing and they are able to train others on how to do it efficiently. Organizational type. Notably, Lafarge also maintains a transnational mode of operation as every of its subsidiaries. So Lafarge also as a group maintains subsidiaries who operate based on the market need, based on the unique nature of the market they are serving. So, for example, the Lafarge in Nigeria operate based on the uniqueness of the Nigerian society. So each subsidiaries are allowed to operate based on the unique nature of the market or the country where they serve. They they understand the dynamic of that market. Everything is tailored to suit that market. Like the practice of having almost 80% contract staff in Lafarge, Nigeria may not be applicable, may not be allowed in some other country. But this is how Lafarge Nigeria is able to keep cost at the barest minimum so as to maintain a reasonable level of profit to keep the shareholders satisfied. Lafarge competitors in Nigeria. Uh, the major competitors in Nigeria at the moment is Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement is actually the largest cement factory in Africa, one of the biggest in the world at the moment. So there's also Boa in the picture, who currently holds about 10% of the cement market in Nigeria. Unlike Lafarge, Dangote operates in a more efficient ways with the largest market share and being entirely accessible to every potential customers across the country. So that's one of the unique advantage that the Dangote cement has been able to maintain over Lafarge. For example, Lafarge would never allow its trucks to leave the, the the factory without being you know without being certified for safety compliance. But that is not the same with Dangote. Dangote allows any truck that is provided by customers to convey cement from the factory down to wherever the customer wants to take it to. So and this has been recorded to contribute immensely to how Dangote has been able to sell cement in the Nigerian society over the years. Also, for Boa, on the other hand, Boa controls the markets majorly in the northern part of Nigeria, while Dangote's stronghold remains around the north and the eastern part of Nigeria. However, Lafarge still maintains strong dominance in the western part of Nigeria at the moment. Success factors. Parental support, which is one of the crucial um, leverage that Lafarge have been using um, over the years. Lafarge Osim has always played a crucial role in the success of all of his subsidiary by financing their operation, especially when there is an opportunity to expand capacity to sort of gain dominance of a particular market. So the group sort of provide the finance, the funding to help that expansion, which is usually a big challenge to other cement company that doesn't have that kind of financial capacity. Management and employees expertise, and of course, considering the fact that the company has existed for over 60 years, So the company can boast of top quality professionals with long years of experience to to put a factory in place within the snap of his finger. This is not something that any organization can really do quickly. For example, Dangote cement in Nigeria, the usual practice is to always hunt after Lafarge top performers. Everything Dangote want to do, when Dangote want to build new plants, the first point of call will be to see if it can woo Lafarge staff so as to enable the construction of the new factory, because Dangote knows that Lafarge has got the experience to put a factory in place. Also, customer loyalty. Lafarge, another success that Lafarge has enjoyed is the fact that Lafarge has customers who are quite loyal to the business. For example, Julius Berger, who is one of the leading who is one of the leading road construction company in Nigeria, uh, has been has been a long time customer to Lafarge Cement in Nigeria and the rest of um, the other countries where Lafarge is situated. Um, Currently, Lafarge also enjoy patronage from top government officials and top government state government in Nigeria. For example, the Amboin state government, who is um, arguably the biggest client at the moment. Lafarge also has a highly efficient human resources department who has always maintained thoroughness in terms of staff training and development. The hiring process has equally been credited uh, to be reasonably fair over the years, so as to ensure that the top talent are recruited into the company in order to keep maintaining or sustain and the level of growth that the business has enjoyed over the years. Competitive advantage. One what Lafarge has gotten quite a number of competitive advantage over all other cement factory. Um, Considering the fact that it has a strong name, it's a strong and reliable brand in the country. For example, Lafarge has a huge customer coverage, presence in major markets such as Asia, Europe, Middle East, Africa, Latin and North America. Lafarge has got huge brand, and Lafarge is also in the biggest market in the world, which is China. The Lafarge market coverage gives it a huge competitive advantage over all other cement companies in the world. Lafarge also has huge asset power. Lafarge is currently worth about 60 billion um, Swiss francs, which is about $65 billion at the moment. So that this gives Lafarge huge power to put to plant to site plant anywhere in the world, as long as there is potential there, as long as the company sees potential for growth, potential to make money in that market. Also, we're looking at agility. Lafarge has a strong leadership that is able to adapt and respond to changes more swiftly, especially with the emergence of Jan Jasik as a current CEO, who has been able to help the organization to to manage cost and to ensure that every investment is uh, um, bringing in bringing in returns even beyond expectation. Sales turnover, Lafarge amount of sales turnover empowers with the financial capacity to strengthen any growing local market where its subsidiaries reside. So the sales turnover gives the company the funds to turn things around, where to take advantage of any opportunity that spring up anytime. Lafarge equally has a strong research and development, in the sense that all of these subsidiaries put resources together and they are able to fund research, which the benefits then become what all of them enjoy together, as against a company who has got just um, one factory, who is serving just one market. It's going to be a lot a little more expensive for them to compete with Lafarge in terms of research and development. The Lafarge culture. Lafarge has a notable culture that is regarded as one customer, one one team, one direction. One major um, culture that has always been at the front burner in Lafarge is the culture of safety. Lafarge as an organization has a culture that distinguishes it from its competitors. Yes, for example, the Lafarge company in Nigeria is regarded as the company with the best safety standard among others like Dangote and Boa Cement. So the rate at which we see um, Dangote trucks, Boa trucks on the road of Nigeria, on the street of Lagos, you know, break down or with get involved with accidents, uh, we don't get to see Lafarge like that. As a matter of fact, in the last 10 years, I have not seen anyone, whereas we have seen countless numbers of such events from all other cement, the remaining two cement factories in Nigeria. And this attests to the fact that Lafarge has a strong culture when it comes to safety compliance. Also, Lafarge also has a strong culture of diversity and inclusiveness, which is Lafarge is championing the culture of diversity by reducing the number of male domination among the top executive level. Of course, currently the company is credited to have about 40% female in its board. In terms of information dissemination in Lafarge is something that has evolved over the years, and I must acknowledge the company has taken full advantage of digital transformation. In my engagement with a friend who worked with the company, I was able to gain knowledge of how communication is done, so that they take full advantage of the Google suite. Um, Use Google Meet to have communication between uh, interdepartment communication, communication among team members is basically done with Google Meet. Every of the staff is equipped with communication gadget, with telephone that they can use to interact with one another. They have a computer system that they can, carry out their work on. Communication is something that is very crucial to the success of Lafarge, and this is done through the usage of latest technological platforms such as the Google platform. They use Google Meet, they use Google Hangout, they use email. They adopt multiple channels so that when one is down, another one can be taken advantage of. Reasons to work with Lafarge. Training and development is a key factor in Lafarge. Lafarge takes training and development to be very important. Lafarge offers unique experience to its employees by providing them with the opportunity to grow their skills and enhance their performance on the job through training and development. Another reason is the reward and benefit. Lafarge offers a highly competitive reward. Even though I must acknowledge that Lafarge reward is not as strong as that of Dangote, but it still offers a very competitive reward uh, in the Nigerian market. Work-life balance. From 2020, almost every Lafarge staff has been working remotely, and from the look of things, it looks as if it's going to remain the same um, for now. Even before lockdown, I was made to understand that the company allows staff to work from anywhere that is closer to where they live, as long as they are able to take advantage of the communication channels to turn in their job and to relate with every stakeholders that they need to work with. In terms of future talents for leadership, for example, Lafarge is equally considered as an outstanding employer in Canada as a result of its developmental programs that allows young graduates and junior staff to go through the leadership training that will prepare them to take up bigger role in the future. This is equally replicated in the Lafarge in Nigeria. All of this is to help people develop right from their junior level to take up higher responsibility. I've heard of instances of a PA who later grew to the level of CEO in Lafarge. Alignment between the HR and the organization. So basically, cost management and efficiency is one of the ways that HR department in Lafarge has been able to align the workforce um, with the organizational goal. So the HR helps to manage cost and maintain operational efficiency by cutting every unnecessary expenses. Now, this the HR has been able to do, for example, through outsourcing. Almost every department most has more of outsourced staff who are not who doesn't earn fat salary. So all of these help the company to save cost. HR strategic partnership and KPI. The HR in their strategic partnership role always set KPIs for every employee in alignment with the organizational goals of profit making. And in terms of CSR, Lafarge ranks fourth in Forbes corporate CSR list as a result of several CSR projects embarked upon by the HR in the year 2020, which, both in the Nigerian subsidiary, in Canada, in Bangladesh, and all of that. The HR ensure to carry out CSR projects which is in alignment with the organizational goals. And in terms of waste to energy, Lafarge also ensure the HR also ensure to keep cost to manage costs in this area by using waste materials to generate fuel that is later used to power the company's plants. Entrepreneurship promotion. Lafarge employees are loyal to the company, to the business, as a result of the fact that the business allows the individual employees to take risk. They allow, especially those who are under direct employment of the company, the business allows them to, to make decisions on their own, to take key decisions. It allows them to, follow up on their progress, um, appraise their performance, get feedback to ensure that they are developing and they are able to stand on their own. Recruitment and selection strategy. Um, okay, all right. So these are the basic information that I have regarding recruitment. During the time that there was a time that FAD needed to develop application to sort of manage um, its customer service department. So this recruitment strategy was developed to bring in a full stack um, software developer that will assist in this project. So the key requirement will be to for such developer to have good to have software development skills, to have qualifications and the characteristics that aligns with the organizational goal. So the company is basically looking for somebody with 4 years experience in development and all of that. Total reward strategy. And so the total reward strategy follows this basic principle of assessment, which is the usage of survey to sample employees' opinion, designed and it is designed by the senior management team, executed by the HR department, who champion the execution of the reward system. This process is usually evaluated by the is usually evaluated. The reward system put in place must be measured by the decision makers to know if it was productive or should be modified in the future. All right, performance strategy. In effectively conducting performance review of all employees in Lafarge, our management objective include uh, definition of organizational goals, which is usually explained and projected to staff and when they are coming on board. A key objective, they are given to line managers who then use it to appraise the staff under them. There's always a progress follow-up, there's always a performance of evaluation from time to time, and the HR always seek to get feedback from the employees so as to know how it can serve them better. I've had equally have other training and training programs to help his employees to, to sort of upskill to develop their skills and improve their performance on the job. And this is usually done through the HRIS system. Diversity and retention strategy, which is my additional topic that I would like to talk about. Like I said, Lafarge is ranked among 20 most gender balanced organizations in the world, in Nigeria, with 40% female board members. Retention strategy include um, the practice of helping the organization to retain talent. It always ensures, in order for the organization to retain talent, I mean, it always ensure that employees are well compensated, are well rewarded for whatever achievement that they have made, they have contributed to the company, so, so as to encourage others to do the same. This is how Lafarge has been able to retain its top performance over the years. And these are the references uh, consulted to complete this assignment. I hope that I've been able to do justice to this. Thank you for listening. Bye.